We're back on Get Up, and it's time for a Windy Watch. Brian Windhorst, start us off with the big news from last night out of Phoenix.
Yeah, Devin Booker signs a 2-year extension worth more than $140 million. Now, they've been building towards this for months. The Suns really decided they were going to do this a while ago. It's sort of independent of their other business. And they've been involving Booker in their decision-making this offseason, including their coaching search and their decision to trade Kevin Durant. It wasn't like Booker had sign-off, but he was participating in that process, which led to this, which will keep him under contract through 2030.
All right, well, what about Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets? What's going on with them?
No deal there, Graz. So the Nuggets offered Jokic a 2-year contract extension. Now, he's got 3 years left on his deal, 2 of which are guaranteed. He can opt out of the third. He passed on this deal. Now, this wasn't a stunner because if he waits until next summer, he can add an additional year and a total of $77 million to the guarantee. So even the Nuggets owner, Josh Kroenke, said he expected Jokic to turn it down. That said, never great when your franchise player says no to an extension.
Not great. Tim McMahon, what did you make of this development in Denver?
Yeah, howdy, Dan. I looked at this and said, you know what? I think that Nikola Jokic is good at math and that he likes money. As Wendy said, there's $77 million that he can add on to the deal, that extra year. Now, again, though, it's not preferable not to have your franchise player locked up long term, and there certainly are other teams that are going to be lined up, positioning themselves for the slim chance, the heave that Joker likes to take always in the backcourt, that Joker might be available in that summer of 27. One of those teams, obviously, is the Los Angeles Lakers, who employs his buddy Luka Doncic, will have cap space in 27, and managed to get Wilt and Querim and Shaq. So, you know, why wouldn't they think they can get Nikola Jokic while he's still the best big man in the league?
Boy, that's fun. We'll keep an eye on that, obviously, over the next, couple of years. But in the meantime, Windy, Get Up, show rules do dictate that I ask you about LeBron James and the Lakers. What's going on there?
There is no update, Dan.
Okay.
LeBron is continuing to watch, but he is still under contract for $53 million, which makes, no matter what anything is said, both verbally or non-verbally, his likelihood of remaining a Laker. I can't emphasize what I'm about to say enough. Regardless of who they sign at center, regardless of what LeBron does with his option, regardless of any backup signings they make, the number one most important thing for the Lakers this offseason is getting Luka Doncic into a contract extension, which they can do after August 2nd. And I'm going to sound this warning now. He's probably not going to sign August 2nd. He's going to be playing with the Slovenian national team until mid-September, and he may not entertain that even issue until he comes back to the U.S. at that time. So it could be a long wait, but make no mistake, this offseason is not about LeBron for the Lakers. It is about Luka.
Tim, what do you make of what's going on in L.A.?
Yeah, look, LeBron and the Lakers are in this weird limbo that I would love to be in, a $53 million limbo. All you have to do is be one of the best players of all time near the end of his career with a co-star that they're trying to, reset everything around and build around long term. But, the question I hear about LeBron most often around the league is he trying to bully his way to a buyout from the Lakers? And that's always quickly followed by, there's no way the Lakers could ever let that happen, right? But my guess is that he won't exactly be thrilled, but he will be there for training camp, and he will be in a Lakers uniform this season.
Yeah. I have one more for you, Tim. Cooper Flagg making his NBA Summer League debut tonight against Bronny James and the Lakers. Obviously, top draft pick. High hopes there. According to Vivid Seats, average ticket prices are $223, cheapest at $85, courtside $3,000. So people are excited. Tim, is it fair to expect Cooper Flagg to be a star right away?
It's certainly not fair to pay $3,000 to watch the highest level of AAU basketball, which is what Summer League is. A star eventually, yes, that's absolutely fair. Immediately, that's asking an awful lot out of an 18-year-old. The best rookie in the class, I think, that's fair to expect, but an 18-year-old to impact winning like a superstar does, that's putting a ton of pressure on this kid.
All right, well, much more NBA as we roll along here this morning on Get Up. I want to run.
It's time for Goggles Man. All right, finally reports out of Denver that three-time MVP Nikola Jokic will not seek a contract extension this summer, delaying talks until next year. Jokic has 3 years left on his current deal, including a player option for 27-28. Young Masuk reported on this story yesterday and joins us now here. So, Omi, walk us through this contract scenario with Jokic, and should Denver fans have any cause for concern?
Yeah, and talking to people around the league, and including people from the Nuggets, there's zero concern about this being something like Nikola Jokic left the door open for other teams. This was expected because next year he could sign for a fourth year up to maybe as much as close to $80 million more. Now, if you're a team like the Clippers, who have cleared cap space to maintain flexibility, you will have this hope, perhaps, that maybe, look, something unforeseen could happen. Maybe Nikola Jokic won't be happy with how things end up in Denver. But look at the moves they've done in the last few months. They changed coaches from Michael Malone to Adelman. Adelman gave Jokic more of a voice in those huddles. You saw him being active there. They changed GMs. They went and swapped Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson. They went and got Tim Hardaway Jr. They brought back Bruce Brown, a guy they loved in the locker room, helped them win the title. All of these moves, and Valanciunas, who they still is trending in the right direction. They believe, they're holding him to play next season to be his backup. These are all moves they're doing to make Jokic happy, and by all indications, the Denver Nuggets are not concerned about this at all, that they expected him to wait till next summer.
All right, so Jokic could be a free agent as early as 2027, and Ramona, Ohm mentioned the Clippers, but there are a number of teams that are trying to look at space for 2027. How do you see this kind of all shaking out with some of these teams?
I mean, I see the Clippers, and they've got spot for 2 max players in a couple of years. The Lakers are hoarding cap space. In this era, we all just got done covering free agency, and free agency is mostly done by the time we get to July 1st because you can negotiate with your own player if they haven't signed an extension yet, or if you can the day after the finals end, right? And I don't know what they're holding this cap space for. Like, I like the idea. If this was 2015, I like the idea of
even 16.
that cap space could actually lead to landing another superstar.
You know what it is, Ramona? I talked to someone today who said it's no longer about free agency anymore and waiting for a free agent to become available and you keep that cap space. Players sign the extensions, get paid, get their money, and then if they want to move, they force a trade. And I think that's where
having the space to absorb the contract, only
but also
assets.
having manageable contracts that you can trade, several role players that might be attractive on decent, and then you add in the picks. And if you don't have the assets and picks, you find 5 teams to come in the deal to work something out.
Because wait.
NBA record 17.
Right. Because here's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people certainly were stunned by the way the Doncic trade went down because of the lack of assets and traded from a draft capital perspective. But the Mavs still got Anthony Davis. Like, you still need one of those kinds of guys, an all-star caliber player, to fetch yourself potentially a Jokic or whoever could be available, another star player.
I suppose you can use your cap space to acquire those type of assets that you would use in a trade like that. But you see that list and we all go, oh, wow, they could all be free. They're not really going to get to free agents.
No.
They're probably going to do extensions. And that's one of the things in this new CBA. And we saw this last year with De'Aaron Fox, where we kind of expected him to sign that. When he didn't do it, it left the Kings in a position where you got your answer a little too early. Like, maybe you don't want to know if he's gonna extend with you early, because then you have to trade him if he's not going to extend with you. And we're going to see that in a couple of weeks when Luka Doncic has this question for the Lakers in the start of August.
Right.
He can do that extension. If he doesn't do that, now you have your answer.
Right. All bets are off.
All bets are off.
Yeah. And by the way, Giannis could also be a free agent in
right.
2027 as well.
Oh, yes. You know what? When I think about Nikola Jokic and the Denver...
Hello, chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Để bắt đầu vào làm thì các bạn sẽ chuẩn bị cho mình những dụng cụ như sau nha. Ở đây mình có chuẩn bị một tờ giấy màu xanh dương này. Tiếp theo các bạn sẽ chuẩn bị cho mình một cây kéo, một cái bút chì, một cái thước này. Cuối cùng là một cây súng bắn keo như thế này nha. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn vào làm nhé. Các bạn sẽ lấy cho mình cái bút chì và thước này, đo cho mình kích thước của cái tờ giấy này. Mình sẽ đo nó là 15 cm nhé. Gập xong thì mình sẽ dở nó ra. Bây giờ các bạn sẽ gấp hai bên này của nó lên phần bên trên này. Mình sẽ gập nó vào cái phần giữa gấp này.